o'clock Friday night, and you're not going to believe it, but I'm still riding. So I've been thinking a lot about how to get you guys, my audience, more involved. The reason that I make these videos is for you. I want to help spread the word about, better dressage training, techniques, tools that can help you guys on your journey in dressage. So what I would like to do is this. I would like you guys to submit a short video, like say 5 minutes, of you guys riding and working with your horse. And I will link my email address below. And then I'll pick a person, let's say for next week, and I'll do like a little demonstration, a little critique, and give you some exercises or my opinion on what might help you and your horse improve. And I know many of you guys are probably thinking that they don't want to be featured or they don't want other people watching them and their horse. And that's completely normal. Believe me, sometimes I have that same feeling like when I'm gonna post a video. Like, for example, my making mistakes video. It's scary to put yourself out there and, to show me trying to teach Harvey the flying changes and to have one or two that are just a mess. But I think it's always easier to be critical of other people than it is to be out there doing it. So, of course we're all going to get criticism, but putting yourself out there and getting help and learning and trying, to me, that is awesome. So yeah, send me a video and I will pick someone and feature them on one of my videos. Thanks, guys. I'm going to show you guys a little flag work and how to use the flag to desensitize a spooky horse. This is Harvey, and he has a few little places that he gets really afraid. Like, for example, after the test, when the people come to check the bit and check the spurs, he gets really worried about that. He also doesn't like if you take the bridle off and you accidentally get one of the reins stuck on his ear, he kind of freaks out about that. And he also has a phobia of water. So these 3 things I need to kind of take care of and get him a little more desensitized so that he doesn't end up hurting himself or hurting someone else. And I like to use the flag because it's a scary object, but it's something that I can control. So I can kind of control when it gets scarier or when I want to take it away. I did it one time before with him and he was pretty worried about it. So we'll see how he is today. Right now he seems very interested in it. But, okay, so when you start with the flag, you always want to bring the flag up towards the horse's hindquarters. You never want to bring the flag, like they have a blind spot right here by their shoulder. So you never want to bring the flag directly up into that blind spot. You want to always start by bringing the flag towards their hindquarters so that if they're afraid of it, they'll move away from you. So here, let me get him at a better angle. I know. So here I'm going to bring the flag up towards his hindquarters, and he's actually less afraid of it today than he was the other day. And then I just start by kind of stroking him all over with the flag. And so that's an interesting place right there. Horses see 2 images. So here he sees the flag on the left side, but now watch, when all of a sudden he sees that flag out of his right side, that's what got him scared a second ago. So this is what we call changing eyes. And you see how he is a little worried about that. Like, I'll see if I can point him straight to you guys, but when he sees the flag on the left and then all of a sudden he sees it on the right, that worries him. So that's something that just gently here, I need to try to get him over. Boy. And I want to be able to touch him all over with the flag, always starting with the hindquarters. That's like your safety zone. And then I'm working a little bit more up to his neck to his front legs, to his belly, to his girth area. Good boy. And then he got pretty good on that side. So now I'll try the right side. And again, I bring that flag up to his hindquarters. And you see how he got a little worried. He kind of tucked his butt under. And he's a little bit more snorty on this side. But I'm just going to take my time. You don't want to scare your horse more with the flag, but you do want to get them used to it. And again, I'm checking out that changing eyes thing. You see when he sees it out of his left eye and I'm on the right, that worries him a little bit. And he has a little ticklish spot when I slide down the front of his leg, you see there? He really doesn't like me touching the flag down the back of his leg. Boy, you're okay. Good. But all these little places, you know, this is something that normally I would do before I would ever ride a horse. But since I didn't start him myself, he's got some little holes that I want to make sure that I get out. You want to be really careful up here in the chest area because like I said before, there's a blind spot right there. So sometimes they'll want to strike or jump. And you notice that I'm really aware, like I never want to get the flag on the opposite side and where the horse could jump on top of me. Boy. And then the next thing I work on is that if I were to just kind of have him walking in a circle around me, that I could touch him all over with the flag while he's walking. Sometimes you'll have a horse that they'll seem like they're okay when they're just standing still, but when you ask them to move, all of a sudden they get worried. And you also want to be able to kind of shake the flag a little above him. That's good preparation work for, you know, if you were to get on him with a big coat or something, that he's kind of used to that. Boy, and then I go back to that little place down the front of his leg that he really doesn't like. They're okay. Oh, good. And there he found a place where he could get stopped and relax a little. Good. Boy. Boy. Now, I don't stay at any place for too long. I kind of go to the hindquarters, maybe come back to that front leg. Let's go to the other side. So little by little, I'm just trying to build his confidence that he understands that the flag isn't going to hurt him and that I use this as an opportunity to just get him a little more desensitized. Boy. And see, now you can see when he sees it out of the opposite eye, little by little, he's getting a little more confident about that. So even though I'm on the left side, this flag could be on the right side, and that would be okay. Oh, he still gets pretty spooky, like if I shake this flag above him. So that's something that definitely I want to care. And there he licks and chews, but I need to get where I can shake that flag above him without him freaking out. Good boy. Good boy. The other thing that I need to work on, because like I told you about that thing with the reins, is his ears. So this is a great way if you have a horse that doesn't like their ears touched, that you can, because the flag is so long, they can't put their head up to where you can't get to them. You want to be really careful though that you don't accidentally get the flag stuck on their ear and scare them more. So I start by kind of petting him on the forehead. He's okay with that, and then I slide the flag up between his ears and down back on the same side as me. You don't want to get that flag on the other side as you. Boy. So he's tolerating that actually better than I was thinking he would. boy. Then I'll try with the right ear, see how he is on the right ear. Ooh. And you really want to kind of always read your horse's body language as you're doing this work. You can tell, like I can tell when he gets a little more worried, he starts snorting, he kind of clamps his tail down. Boy. Ooh. So you saw that time I came from the back to the front with the flag, and that worries him a little bit more than if I start from the front to the back. Boy. Good. Good boy. So here I'm wanting him to bend and yield a little more away from me. And you can see how he's pretty tight. Like if I'm kind of poking him with the flag where my leg would be. And I want him to just kind of gently move away from that pressure. Like you saw him try to kick at the flag there. And that's another thing, as you're doing this, you always want to be in a position that you can stay out of trouble, like that you're not going to get kicked or struck. So you notice that I'm always up here by his shoulder, and I've got the flag back there by his hindquarters, but you don't want to be back at their hindquarters. The other thing that you always want is you want their head to stay tipped towards you. So if their head is tipped towards you, then they can't swing their butt towards you and kick at you. If their head gets tipped away from you, then it's more easy that they can swing their butt towards you and kick at you. And there he licked and chewed, and here he's a little more accepting of if I push on him with this flag, that he's just softly yielding. Boy. And then I might go back and check out his ears again. Boy. Oh. And now I'm getting a little more careless than I was at first. He still has a little, you saw that changing eyes there. Like that I want to be able to touch the left side of his neck and the right side of his neck and the left and the right. Good boy. Until he just says, okay. And then eventually you want to be able to kind of swing that flag over their head. Good boy. Oh. Boy. You're okay. But this is going to take, a few days of working with him until he kind of realizes that the flag isn't something to be afraid of, but that, if it's flapping up here, that it's okay, he can just be relaxed about it. And then there he's distracted by a tractor outside of the round pen. Boy. Good. So I just kind of go to bending him, keeping him off of that, my inside leg with the flag there. Boy. Good. Oh, good boy. There he took a nice deep breath and relaxed. Good boy. So this flag work is just a good tool to have, if you have a horse that is a little afraid or has some things that scare them. Generally, Harvey's a really confident horse, but you can see that he has some things that are spooky and scary to him. So this is a good way to, in a controlled situation, be able to help him through and get a little more confidence that he doesn't need to be afraid of this just because it's flappy and red and moves. So I hope this helps you guys, and good luck.